Welcome to Fandom Knight, where we like to pronounce Tom Welling's name Tom Wellington for some odd reason.
It sounds more proper.
Yeah. I'm Scott Action Jackson, and
I'm James Brea,
and we're back with James. Last time we saw him was for the Ghostbusters re-release in movie theaters.
Yep.
And you had your Ecto 1, I guess, replica type thing.
Sort of. It's getting there.
Yeah.
It's taking shape.
Yeah, which obviously, well, we can discuss something like that later on as far as Ghostbusters stuff, but that's not why we're here. He has a, bear with this, Tardis Motorcycle.
Yep.
Now, in order to do this, the motorcycle is kind of parked a little farther away from here because we had to film this in the shade. It's freaking hot out.
It is.
So, more or less, we're doing this intro, then we're going to go over here and talk to James about his Tardis motorcycle. So here is the Tardis Motorcycle. As you can see, police public call box, little Tardis symbol. There's the little St. John symbol that was on the Tardis, what was it, the 7th? Or
Some of the early doctors had it. I think the first doctors had it. Matt Smith and Capaldi's have had it. So a few different Tardises have had it.
And we got a little fez here along with the little light that's normally on top of the Tardis, which is lighting up. And right here, and yeah, it's got its usual Tardis blue color, which you kind of expect from a Tardis.
You would hope.
And let's see, down here we've got a little DW, and no, people, that's not Darkwing. So, okay, what model and year is this motorcycle?
This is a 2009 Yamaha V-Star, and she's a 1300 V-twin.
And more or less, what made you decide to try to do something like this with the motorcycle? Or actually, when did you first get this motorcycle?
I got it this February, about 3 weeks before spring hit.
So was it already made this way, or?
No,
okay.
I did this just a few weeks ago, actually. I got the bike. It was about 10 below zero when I bought it, and the previous owner, it fired right up because it's fuel injected, so I decided to get it. And I kind of started laughing. It's Tardis Blue and everything, and I thought, nah. And then I picked up my license plate from the DMV, not a custom order or anything. It says doctor. So I was like, okay. So
sure, why not?
Yeah, started having ideas about it and stuff. So decided, since the fuel cap, you have to pull it to open it, I put the police telephone sign on the tank. And the guy I worked with at the decal shop, he and I kind of brainstormed on different ideas for stuff, for this and that, to kind of make everything fit. And I suggested the window decals on the shock absorbers, and he suggested the Tardis symbol on the front fender. Most of the others were my ideas. And I picked up the light, was probably the first thing I did at Menards, believe it or not.
The light itself seems like it would be a little more complicated to put together than the decals and stuff.
Well, I had two ideas for it. The first idea is what I wound up using, even though the second idea was what I tried first. So kind of backwards. The first idea had LEDs, it was brighter, but all the components in the controller box didn't fit in the top of the lamp. So I did this idea, just wired it myself.
So how long did this whole process take to make and put everything in?
All together? I'd say about really only a couple of weeks' time. Because the sign shop was pretty quick about it, and they applied all the decals in about 20 minutes. It took me a couple of days to get the lamp done, between painting it, wiring it, everything. But planning and everything takes a couple weeks, of course.
Yeah, of course, we all know how it is to have a busy schedule and trying to work on stuff.
Yep.
But yeah, you do have like little nods to like Matt Smith over there with the fez. And I think you said it yourself, the little St. John thing was on what, older Tardis?
I think it was on the very first one, yeah.
I don't remember on the very first one, but
1 or 2s.
I more or less remember it from when Matt Smith's doctor went into the consolidation from losing Amy and Rory.
Right. Actually, I think he got his as soon as the TARDIS regenerated in the 11th hour. I think it had the St. John's ambulance on it.
Yeah, I'll have to go back and check since I got that Matt Smith Complete Years Blu-ray set.
Nice.
Which I haven't got around to watching it. Yes, that's how busy I've been.
Yeah, one of the things that kind of said to me it was okay to do this is I saw a picture. At the time, I thought it was photoshopped of a sport motorcycle that's done up like a TARDIS, and it actually does exist as it did in the pictures. And it's a little more in your face. It's got circular Gallifreyan on it. It says TARDIS along one of the low fenders, but it's still very cool. It works really well. And I decided, if that's okay, then a Cruiser should be okay too. And the funny thing is, his and mine are both Yamaha.
Now, normally when you think of a motorcycle and Doctor Who, you usually think of when the Doctor and Clara officially get together in that episode, and they more or less take off in the motorcycle, which comes back in the Day of the Doctor.
Right.
Now, that is definitely not this model.
No. This one probably has a lot more oomph than that one did.
Yeah, I can tell by the size, but...
But also, the 8th Doctor actually stole a policeman's motorcycle when he was in San Francisco trying to save the world.
Yeah, the Doctor Who movie, which most people want to try and forget.
They did, but with the latest videos of usually using McGann in the official stuff,
yeah, like
it is
like
canon.
that either Night or Twilight of the Doctor, or whatever.
Yeah,
that little special before the Day of the Doctor.
So it's actually pretty canon now, except for the whole I'm half human. He was suffering from regeneration sickness, and
so he's kind of not there yet in his head.
Exactly.
But then again, they do look human, so.
Yep.
So yeah, James has this. He has his Echo Mobile.
Yeah.
And was there like any other vehicles that you're trying to make or thinking about making, or?
We're thinking about doing a full ecto conversion on the RAV4. This past Halloween we had light bars on it and the Ghost logo on it and stuff, and that was pretty fun. And Ian's trying to talk me into doing a full conversion on it, which I'm thinking about it. I also have a small motorcycle that's a little white 250, and I was laughing saying, well, that'd be pretty cool for a Ghostbusters conversion as well.
So you have been keeping up with the Doctor Who series?
Yes.
Well, at least as much as we can, considering it's going to be, what, September until the next season?
I think so, yeah.
So, what's your take on the new Capaldi Doctor?
I really like Capaldi. I think he's an excellent actor, but I think the writers are making his Doctor lackluster and leave something to be desired. I'll be honest.
I mean, most people know Capaldi as his foul-mouthed character from some other shows.
Right.
And we heard about him as like, oh, we're going to get a Doctor who swears a lot.
Yeah, that was the initial thought, yeah.
But instead we just got more of a cranky, kind of shades of the original first.
Yeah, he does kind of remind you of the first.
But then again, it is his, the first of the restarting of the regeneration process that he got, so it does make sense in that way.
Yeah. But I'm not a huge fan. I mean, I'm hoping for more out of Series 9.
Yeah, I think most people are concerned. The 8th series was just introducing this new version of the Doctor.
Yeah.
And this one, hopefully we get more into it. Then again, we heard this, this is going to be spoilers for those who haven't seen Season 8. Well, Capaldi's first season.
You had your chance.
But, yeah, let's see, what's a better way to put where a song says spoilers?
Yeah.
Missy, the master, Missy, is going to be back in the new season. And we're also going to have a character played by an actress from Game of Thrones.
That's interesting.
And from what we saw from the trailer, she might be somebody we've seen already in a previous form.
I don't know, I really liked the new master up until she's like, I'm loopy. Oh, not again. I like the old master. Crazy, but smooth.
Well, considering that the previous master had an awkward send-off with David Tennant.
He did.
Telling him to regenerate. It's like, what do you want to do? Go out on a date?
Good point. She's the one who kissed him, so...
Well, yeah. As Missy, she kissed him.
Yeah, yeah.
Of course, that's assuming that we go ahead with the theory that that was actually Missy and not the interface.
That was Missy.
Of course, the question then comes up, does Missy have a TARDIS type machine?
Yeah, that's one thing I wonder too. How did she get there? And I mean... See, that's why my bike is not loud. It's obnoxious.
Yeah.
Mine's not that loud, but she's gotta have some sort of Gallifreyan technology with her.
Yeah, because she kind of had Gallifrey technology when she was collecting the souls. And then there's a lot of, I guess, either fake or somewhat publicity stuff, ads and stuff that were showing a more new age public phone booth.
Really?
From the UK, the UK's public phone booths, that looked like it could have been her TARDIS thing.
Yeah.
Which is a possibility because one of the scenes in the first part of the 2-part finale shows one of those things right behind her shoulder.
I didn't notice that.
Yeah, if you go back and check it out when she's explaining that, well, I couldn't be called the master now.
Yeah, I didn't see that.
Yeah, but I guess maybe they did that to make a nod to, I guess, that fan-made one.
Oh yeah, yesterday I actually picked up some vinyl decals at Hot Topic. There's a TARDIS, 3 of the new Paradigm Daleks, 3 different colors, and a K9. I was thinking about putting K9 like on the fender here, so he'd fit right there.
Yeah.
I'd have a K9 with you.
Sure. Why not? I mean, either that or maybe you could have a K9 back here where the light is. Of course, then you'd probably have to find a new spot for the light, which...
I've had a few ideas, but its size is a little bit of trouble. Yeah. I was going to just have it on the gas tank, but it just looks awkward there.
Yeah, on the tank itself, but I don't know, I'd say if you could maybe put it right here, it's a possibility. Mm-hmm. So...
Another thing I'm thinking of doing is maybe get circular Gallifreyan, and what I'd like to do is have it look like it's behind the chrome here, so have it go down the side of the tank like this, and then the chrome is overlaid on it. So it's really supposed to be the TARDIS was changing into a motorcycle and it stuck halfway. So kind of in between.
I was going to say, if you're doing that, you're going to have like add some like kind of woodish touch up on it too, since
well, the silver paint kind of does that.
Yeah.
It's got a pattern in it, like a brushed pattern.
Yeah. Now, when I first saw this motorcycle, it was a video that was put up by the Central Illinois Doctor Who fan club.
Yep.
Which you can find on Facebook. Otherwise, I think if I can find it again, I could put the link to it on the description of this video. And maybe even put a link to the Facebook page, and heck, since this is going to be part of Fandom Knight, I'll go and throw the Fandom Knight stuff on it too. The website, Facebook, stuff like that.
After talking to one of the two-wheel TARDIS owners today, she has a page for hers. It's called Tardis Scooter. So I might do Tardis Cruiser as a page for this bike.
Yeah. The Tardis Cruiser.
Mm-hmm. Oh, and one more little detail I have.
Little detail?
Little detail. I travel with the doctor.
Tom Baker's doctor.
Yeah, of course.
Why not?
Yep.
When was the first time you saw Doctor Who, anyway?
Oh, I'll never forget the first time I saw Doctor Who. I was thoroughly confused. I came downstairs and my grandmother's watching TV, and there's all this chase music going on, and it sounds exciting, and I look, and there's this London taxi cab going down the road, and all of a sudden this blue box flies out of the sky and is bumping into things and is chasing, and I was like, what in God's name are you watching? And she goes, oh, it's Doctor Who. And I'm trying to figure out, this guy's yelling at this woman in a taxi, get over here! And I'm like, I honestly, the first time I was like, I have no idea what this is, but I just kind of got into it.
Was that the David Tennant yelling to Donna to get into the TARDIS?
The Runaway Bride.
Okay.
That was the very first Doctor Who I ever saw.
Yeah, on Facebook, well, not Facebook, on I effed up. There you go, I effed up. On a YouTube video I put up, my first experience was seeing the Tom Baker intro.
Oh, okay.
On TV, on the PBS. So that was my first introduction into Doctor Who, but I didn't really get into it until later on. So mostly during the Matt Smith years, although I did see a few David Tennant clips. So
right,
yeah. So yeah, there's a little bit of a Doctor Who history with us too.
Yeah.
And
when you become a fan, you know too much.
yeah, the fandom is kind of bigger on the inside.
That's true. That's very true.
So, yeah, here we go. This is the now relabeled Tardis Cruiser.